Hi, good morning. I am sharpening some knives for Helen today. So I thought I might take a video so she can have a look and see the process. She's a new customer and I want to win her over. So first of all, show you the knives. Swibo, big long sort of like a, what's that, some sort of a steak knife I suppose. And then we've got some Brazilian knives, a chef, a carving. And for those who don't know the difference between a chef and a carving knife, they're the same height, but the carving knife is thinner for getting into the joints, lamb roast, that sort of thing. And then a nice sized utility. These are Brazilian knives made in Brazil, strangely enough. And a, not quite a paring, I suppose you could call that a paring knife, but anyway, let's get cracking. So we'll do this one first. And I'm going to sharpen these at about, just let me think about that for a minute. Probably 32 degrees. So I'll set my angle at 32. I want to measure my wheel because it's been a little while. That is down at 223. So I've got that set to 225, so I'm going to drop it down a little bit to 223. And the way to use this is the big round section sits on the wheel, and this section here sits on the flat of the knife, and you measure it down where it junctions with the wheel. And then you look for a gap underneath. In this case, the knife has to be lifted a little bit. Should be enough, maybe a little bit more. And I'm now permanently on the black stones. I'm not trying any other wheels. I'm done. I've got nice clean water. Let's get straight into it. So on the Tormek T8, I'm using my turbocharged spindle, which increases the speed by about 30%. You can achieve, it sits on the shaft here. It looks like this. But you can achieve the same result for free by wrapping some tape around the shaft to make it larger. As always, this video is sponsored by myself. You can go to isharpen.shop and buy one of these yellow handles that improves the KJ45 Tormek knife jig by adding stability and the old style thumb cup at the back, which allows me to put my thumb in and stabilize the edge, because the last thing you want is to rotate your knife. You never rotate your knife. You always lift the knife to meet the edge, to meet the tip. And I always start tip first. I call it my dive bombing technique for no particular reason. Now, this one had a bit of a chip, so I've taken it over to the belt sander and I have removed that chip, so the edge is a bit flat. Might take a little bit of extra grinding, but with the extra speed of the spindle modification, I can leave this stone set to the fine 320. You can buy these diamond plates on my website as well, isharpenshop.com. Use the 80 grit to roughen the wheel up, and 320 grit to take it to its finishing grade of around about 1000 grit. So that works well. Many of you have bought both the grading plates and the jig handle. You can buy two of these cheaper than you can buy, two at once, cheaper than you can buy them separately, because I can fit them into the same shipping box for no extra cost. So I've given you that saving. Plus, when you go to the shop, if you refresh the page enough, you might see a banner at the top with a discount code. Take advantage of that. You put that code in. It's a very simple code to remember. You put it in at the end in your shopping cart and you apply and you see the discount. And that's all the advertising we need. So, thanks for sitting through that. Now you can enjoy the sounds of grinding. Nearly there. I know I've finished grinding when I can feel the burr. It catches your fingerprint. Once I can feel that burr on both sides, you can tell because you cannot feel it on one way and then you can feel it on another way. Now sometimes the water gets in the way or you might have cold fingers. So sometimes I run my fingers under hot water, but I can feel and hear the difference as well. So that's done. Now I'll check with my engineering eye to see whether both sides are equal and even. And they do seem even on the bevels, but the tips are a little bit, this one here needs a little bit more. Alright, so that's done. Doesn't take long. People say the Tormek system is so slow. That's not slow. Oh, I have a customer, so I'll be back in a minute. Some more knives over there, Global and a Wüsthof, so we'll do that in another video. Now, over here, where am I? Right, honing. I apply a bit of compound, which is chrome oxide green, and I get that from a company called Veritas. I like to mention all these things in every video in case there's a new viewer. If you are a new viewer, thank you for joining us. This is YouTube's most boring channel. Most people come and hang around for the sounds. And I do this procedure until I cannot feel anything catching on my fingernail. Don't be horrified, I've never ever cut myself. I don't push that hard. Perfect. Now, for this first knife, I'm going to bring you over to the bench so you can watch how I strop. And then you can sit back over there and watch me. Okay. Oh, I've got a bit of a mess going on because I've been working on my motorcycle. Put that on there. Get rid of that. I was doing a gut hook knife with my CBN covered wheel, which is almost run out. All right, now come over. I'll take it out of the jig. On this side I have the ridges. This is kangaroo tail. You can see the ridges. They help to rattle off that final micro burr. Using medium hard pressure, because what I don't want to do is straighten the burr, and that tricks me into thinking that I'm actually slicing very fine, but in fact all it is a straight sharp burr. I want that burr off. And I use cigarette papers to tell me what's happening on that edge, because they're very sensitive. I try and aim for the angle that I've ground at, but it's not super essential. As long as I get that edge clean, that's the main thing. And this will tell me whether I've got that clean. If it grabs and catches and misbehaves. See how smooth that was? Beautiful. That's what you want to see. All right. And I'll finish by sanitizing the knife with IPA, isopropyl alcohol, at about 90% mix, 5% water, just to take that chemical edge off. All right, that's one done. Now, let's do the chef knife next. This is nice. Looks like it's been rounded off a little bit before, but the heel is not protruding. So that can remain unground. I should be able to sharpen that nicely without having to work the heel. The bolster, I mean. This is called the bolster. It's there to add weight and also as a finger guard, and also to make the knife stiff. So I, like many others, used to hate the bolsters because they always got in the way. But if you're a serious sharpener, you must learn to love the bolster. Well, everything about knives, really. I can see a bit of a dip there. So I'm going to take it over to the belt sander and just tidy that edge up a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. You see it there where it's shiny here and then dull there and shiny there. So there's a dip there. Don't know where that came from, but here's what it is. And this is a fairly quick procedure. That's all I need to do. Oh, and in fact I need to do it a little bit more, and you can tell because see if I can get that reflection right. You can see how the reflection of the edge, see it shining on the edge there? There's a dip right there. You can see it there. So a little bit more. And now you can see that we have a clean shine all the way along with no dips. Now let me measure the angle. We'll stick to 32, 16 degrees per side. Nailed it. I've got a sense of the angle now after so many years. The blackstone is so sharp that I'll come and show you that even at the fine setting, right, so this is unground, and after just 2 passes, look at that, you already got a very, very strong bevel. Now that happens not by accident. It's because I'm spinning this, 30% faster, and the blackstone is silica. What's the word I'm looking for? Carbide. Or silicon carbide, which makes it, the cutting stones very sharp. They do a great job. Look, I've already got a burr after just 4 passes. That's insane. I think I may have another customer. It's a Tuesday. That's beautiful. Full burr. What was that, 6 passes? Now, because we've had such success there, I'm going to just see if I can smooth it out a little bit more with the 320 grade. And even though sometimes people do like a toothy or bitey edge, I think 1000 G'day. I think 1000 grit is the perfect finishing edge for a knife. Chili is letting me know that somebody is poked their head up over the fence. Beautiful. I'll be back in a minute. All right, 5 more knives. Now, depending on how I feel, I may even record all of them being done. So have a look and see how long this video is, and if it's kind of long, then you know that I've gone and done that. Okay, well, this has got a burr, so we'll straight on to the honing wheel. Few little catches. One more catch right in the middle. It's better to underhone than overhone, so just do a light hone, then check with your fingernail, and ideally you do want to feel a few catches, so that way you know you're creeping up on the final hone. And I always wipe all the compound off, because I don't want anything to corrupt my kangaroo tail strop. That must remain raw and pure. Lovely. Angle this way so you can see. Now, the main purpose of my videos, as boring as they are, is to show people who are interested in Tormek sharpening my exact procedure, and also how long it takes me. So that way, if you're spending half an hour trying to sharpen a knife, then you know that something's going wrong. Something's going wrong. Bring it in a bit closer. Oh, lovely. Look at that. With barely any pushing or pressure at all. That is now sharper than the sharpest thing on the top shelf at the sharp shop. Done. Let's go to the carving knife next. I can see what's been going on now. We've got another dip here, and this reminds me of probably some sort of a pull-through sharpener where people are starting about halfway up and just pulling through. So I'm going to have to grind that over on the bench as well, on the wide belt. And this is my editing. I'll bring you in with me. There you go. It's not hot at all. Job done. Oh, here's Mr. Chili. Hello, Mr. Chili. Oh, where are you? Say hello. Hello. Bike looking fine. Sorry if all my movements make you ill. I've got to do something to mix things up around here. Now let's position it like that. Looks more better. Okay. That is now flat across the top. So no edge remaining at all. Let's see how long it takes to put an edge back on there. Whoops, that's the wrong angle. Now I'm done because I'm going to lean it over a bit more. Wasn't that far off. Let's try again. And remember, I haven't touched the wheel. This is still on the fine setting, the 320 grit plate. And I've already got a burr. That's amazing. These Blackstone wheels really are where you ought to be. If you don't have one, get one. This is the one empty box here. I've got 3 more in standby. I swapped my diamond stones for them. I wasn't very happy with those, so I sent them back. I said, man, just give me black stones, I'll be happy with that. I said, sure, Baz, love your work. I wanted to keep me happy. And in return, I'm happy to promote the Tormex sharpening system as the best powered sharpening system on earth. My opinion. Should be enough. Smooth. Now at the end of the video, if I'm in the mood, which I should be, I've got some gardening tools over there that I'm going to sharpen as well on the belt sander. One is a wavy edged shears, long shears, but with a wavy edge. Probably do it on the belt sander there. And some pruning shears with a curved edge, very simple. Oops. Hello, Amish.
Hello. Hi, how
Good,
are you?
not bad.
Obviously, I couldn't make it on Saturday. I was wondering if you are available tomorrow.
Yeah, look, I'm here all the time. Just text me before you come just to make sure that I'm here.
Okay.
Okay?
Because I got quite a few knives,
Yep.
like 6 or 7 knives to do.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you have to leave them and then pick them up later. Is that all right?
That's fine. That's
Yep.
fine.
Okay.
I'll probably leave it in the morning and then probably pick it up later in the day. Is that okay?
I hope so. Yep. It should be okay.
I'll text you tomorrow or call you, whatever.
Okay. All
Thank
right. See you then. Bye.
you. Yeah.
Beautiful. See how it lifted the paper a little bit there? I want to make sure that it doesn't do that. See, no lifting. And good glidage. The nice clean finish. Beautiful. Spray, spray. Somebody here, are they? Let me just go and check. It was some motorcycle parts, but they failed to deliver them, which pisses me off because I always say no signature required. So now I have to get in the car, have to drive all the way to the post office, wait till 4 o'clock when I was going to work on the bike later on this afternoon. Now I can't. Oh, man. I despise incompetence, especially in myself, but in others, man, it's just, what a hassle. I made a special mention, no signature required. First world problems, eh? Well, that's why we built this fantastic first world, so that we can have smaller problems. A little more. Beautiful. Nice and clean. Finish off with a little paring knife. Which also has a dip. I charge extra for these dips. Even though it only takes me a second or two. It's still extra work. Somebody must pay. Have a burr. Now I won't charge extra for these, but I will tell them next time, don't use the pull-throughs. They ruin knives. So some people might be curious, how many knives do I do an hour? Well, without interruptions, I aim for 7 to 10 knives an hour. Now, it's kind of irrelevant what I charge, but if you're a knife sharpener, you think about how much you charge. And multiply that out. That's about how fast you should be going. Come in, Chili, come in. Push. Push the door. Good boy. Hello. Hello. Come to check on me. Going to be crinkled up. Let's get a fresh box. See how it's pulling and catching a little bit. It needs a bit more work. Make sure it's clean of all debris. Much cleaner. All right, that's that job done. Now, let me move on to job number 2, which is some globals and a Wusthof. Now this Wusthof has got a bent tip. So I'm going to use my tool. Now there's a risk when using this tool. This is called a bracelet bender. People use it to put bends in gold links, right? And there's a risk that when you're straightening these, they'll snap off. And I told her about this. I said, if it does snap off, then the knife will become shorter a little bit while I grind that and fix it. So let me see, I'll show you up close. Straightened a little bit. Actually worked quite well. Still got a bit of a bend. Nope, doesn't want to. So I'm going to try with a hammer. Hello. On my vise. And I'm lifting the knife up, not to that degree, but just to exaggerate. And I'm hitting it right on that tip. So we've got a very extreme chance of breaking. Make sure your hammer's clean, everything's clean. I reckon that's good enough. I can sharpen that. Huh. Good-o. Who's texting me? It's a headlight query. I run a few businesses. One of them is headlight restoration. I'm very good at it. Aren't I, Chili? Yes, he said. Okay. I'll charge an extra $5 for that. Full burr, ready to go. Now, being a Wusthof, I want to make sure that it's super fine. So I'll just run this I'm rocking it backwards and forwards to save the surface. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a bit quieter, which means the surface is much smoother. One pass on each side is all you need. Beautiful. I'll come and show you. Okay. Beautiful. Just a bit of water on there. Clean that tip up nicely, isn't it? Beautiful. And we lost no length off the Wusthof, which is an achievement. I think that's a good thing. I could have ground it off easily enough, but I prefer not to. And because I got away with bending it without breaking it, I'm very happy. Those bracelet benders, you can find them at AliExpress or maybe Amazon, don't know. I think Cliff Curry sells them as well. I got mine out of China. They're not very expensive. Nice. You can get two types. One of them has got a more tight circle. This one is the mild one. Get the mild one. Catching, see that? No good. Not finished yet. That's why cigarette papers are crucial if you want to know what's going on the edge. Nothing else will give you that feel, because they react so easily to being caught on the knife burr that you know whether you're clean or not. And if after stropping you cannot get a clean cut, that means there's something wrong with the grind. You might have to regrind it again. Which I don't mind doing. Beautiful. beautiful. See that? Huge difference. If you cannot get kangaroo tail because you don't live in Australia, use buffalo or horse hide. Anything as long as it's got some texture on it, it should work. Should work. All right. That's the wool stuff done. Now these globals, some of them are going to need some chip repair. I'll show you. See that? No good. No point grinding that. You'll be there forever. So I'm going to bring it over to the broad sander again. Let me just grab all those knives and give them a nice flat edge. Checking them out, Mr. Chili. Okay, they're all done. Let's quickly zoom through these. You okay there? What's up? You want to go out? Let you go. I was watching Perfection the other day, and he just visited the global factory that makes them, all made by robots. And did you know that the black paint in here is actually black chrome? Didn't know that. Well, that's what he called it. Lovely. Nice. Nope. See, pulling, misbehaving, no good. Better. See the difference? Get your yellow handle at isharpenshop.com. Go there now, pick up 2. And some grading plates while you're there. That's the accessories you need if you want to copy my results. You don't need 2 machines. 1 Tormek T8 is fine. If the Tormek wheel gets too low, this wheel here, normally bolted on here, will get in the way. You can unscrew it, continue until you get down to that level, screw it back on, or get yourself a cheap machine. That's just a Tormek 2000. They're very cheap. I buy everything secondhand. I don't buy anything new. So anyone who complains that Tormeks are too expensive is probably buying them new or is not starting a business. They're cheap. Let's say it costs you $5,000, which it won't. You want to buy 2 machines and lots of wheels. $5,000 for a business can pay for itself in probably 1 month of busy work. That's cheap. And then you can be a free operator. I have a video called something like $1,000 a day knife sharpening, and you can make $1,000 a day. You'll need some excellent marketing and to be busy all day, but it's not hard work. The reason I'm going backwards now is because I want to lean the heel in to just get a little chip that was just sitting on that heel. Now it's perfect. I'll finish it off doing the correct way, which is tip first. And again, notice that I'm not swinging it around like a baboon hanging off a tree. Even strokes, tip to heel. That's what will get you the results, I feel. So what, I can't even rhyme anymore, right? No rhyming. Beautiful. One sharpener left a comment, and you know who you are. I can't remember your name, sorry, no offense. Said that he plays my videos in the background of his sharpening shop so the customers can watch me sharpening, hello, and keeps them entertained. How good is that? That is so good, such a good idea. And it keeps the video playing for longer, which is the only thing that YouTube cares about, is how many people closed off early. So if you're still watching this, you are part of the reason for my moderate success. See, pulling, misbehavior, crookedness, no good. Keep going. And it's best to underdo the stropping than overdo it. Because if you underdo it, similar to when you overhone or underhone, you can creep up on it until it just barely makes a clean slice, and then you know you've done the maximum required and no more. Much cleaner. A little bit of a catch there. Let's give it a few more strokes. Beautiful, clean cut. Nice job. I'm doing all of these today at 32 degrees, 16 degrees per side. I think that's a good angle. You'll notice there's no music in this video because if I want to achieve my goal of being the most boring YouTube channel, I can't have any music. It's got to be torturously quiet with nothing but the noise of the machines and me babbling on every now and then. Can't have any music. That'd be no good. Good enough. Utility. What's up, Chili? Very squeaky. Do you need oiling? Do you want me to give you a drop of oil? What are you squeaking for? Everything all right? It is all right. Is that how you speak to me, is it? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Dogs are the best people on earth. Leave a comment if you've got a dog. Tell me what type of dog you've got. You don't have to. It might be too boring. But if you want to be part of the most boring channel on YouTube, you have to make a boring comment. Getting very close to 80,000 subscribers now. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget the like as well while you're there. Beautiful. Helps, it helps, it helps, it helps. If you want to be bored and you hate AI, support this channel. Although I do use AI for my thumbnails every now and then, when I'm not yelling at it for being an idiotic robot. Don't forget to visit isharpenshop.com, where you can get your essential Tormek accessories. Was that the world's shortest ad? Possibly. It's just the neighbours, Chili. Chill, Chili. Don't want him to chill too much because he tells me what's going on. If there are humans in the vicinity, I want to know. Actually, engineering eye spotted that this side needs more grinding. Beautiful. Back in the workshop, Mr. Chili. Appreciate your company, dude. They like you too. We should put you on a t-shirt. Maybe we could call it Chill, Dude. Yeah? Good message for the world. By the way, speaking of t-shirts, I got mine delivered the other day. It's my motorbike, and on the top it says, "That's not a knife." Now, that saying may be a little bit cute, a little bit silly, but I was wondering if maybe just a picture of the motorbike would work. It's just a motorbike. I don't care. I can make any t-shirt, and the quality is good. It's a Gildan shirt. I wasn't quite sure, and it rocked up pretty quickly. The good thing about the Shopify print network is that it will print the t-shirt at a place that's local to you. So for example, I ordered it and it came from an Australian printer. If you're in America, it'll come from an American printer. Yep, see, catching? No good. Bit wet as well. Flip it over onto the ridges. See, catching? No good. Keep going. Much better. 18th time lucky. All right, so that's those done. Now, last job. I've got some baccarat and some, oh, they're all baccarats. Now, these all need, actually that doesn't. That does a bit. These all need a shot on the broad grinder, wide grinder, I don't know, what do we call it? This thing over here. What are you doing, Mr. Chili? You want to go out? You want to go outside? Let's open the door for you. Lovely. Wow, how good is that? And you're back again. Welcome. Welcome back, Mr. Chili. All right. These are 5 knives, and that's it for today. I do have some gardening tools over there. We'll see how we go there later. Speak English, man. I can't understand you. Just letting people know, do not approach, eh? Good lad. You're a good boy. You're a good boy? I think so. Yeah, pretty sure. Actually, it looks a bit coarse. So let me smooth it out a bit. Much better. Beautiful. Nice. If this looks a bit awkward, it is because normally I have it in like this and I'm doing it very straight, but I just want to do it like this so you guys can see. Beautiful. At this point, the only people who are left watching this video are dead set legends. If you want to participate in the conversation and you're not quite sure what to say, just type Dead Set Legend. And then I know that you are one, so what am I? And people coming along and reading the comments are going to think that you're saying that I'm a Dead Set Legend, but in fact, by you typing Dead Set Legend, it means that you are the Dead Set Legend. Woo, woo. Done. And remember, I'm grinding these from a square edge. And still it doesn't take too long. Anyone who thinks that atomic is too slow is too slow. Bit lifty. Beautiful. This yellow handle makes the job so much easier. You really ought to get one. If you don't have one already, I wonder why. Beautiful. Well, heel has got a bit of a kick up. I'm just going to get rid of that. Perfect. Jobly. Two more knives and then over to the 1x30 for those gardening tools. Beautiful. Doing a little bit of bubbling. I think it might be because my water was a bit low. But don't forget I'm spinning this faster than normal. Checking that my blue light is still on, which means we're still recording, which is good. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been thinking that I was recording, but my batteries had gone flat or something has happened. Beautiful. Last knife. Little pairing. Can't think of the last time I had a pair. Can't believe you're still watching. That makes you a what? Type it in the comments, you know what it is. Ridges side first. Bit catchy. Beautiful. All done. All right, 3 jobs. Now, let's go over to the 1x30, which sits right next to the Quacker 9. Now, adjust the wheel a little bit. Move this over. Take off this ultra coarse one, which I was using for an axe the other day. We'll put on this, what sort of wheel is this? This is a Cubatron from Cliff Curry. So I've got 2 things to sharpen here. First of all, this thing here, which has got wavy edges. A little bit awkward. It's very blunt. We'll try and see if we can get that to work. And I've also got these. These are quite simple. You just lay it in there. Watch this. I'll zoom you in a bit. Ooh, 2 times. No, that's a bit radical. Let's come back out. There you go. All right, so carefully until you get a burr everywhere. Beautiful, and there's the burr. And I'll clean that off. But stay there, don't follow. I have these little diamond files. You can see the burr. You just keep working it backwards and forwards until it comes off. You can see it right there. Right there. Okay. There it is. That feels sharp. And that's done. Now, as far as these go, same sort of thing, but I've got to try and follow the not bad. But I've got no burr yet, so I've got to keep going until I get a burr. They said anything you can do because these are useless at the moment. So that's not too bad. Oh, sorry. Right, getting there. Sometimes this lever gets in the way, so I'm going to pull it all the way back. And the belt pretty much follows the S bend. So there you go, I've got a burr all the way along. So that's done. Beautiful. I'll do the other side. The angle just comes from practice. No burr yet. Burr, 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 burr. That's it. Now I'll take that burr off. You can see it lifting up there. See it? That feels bloody sharp. Got a little bit hot at the back on the tip there. My bad. It should be fine. These are not high-tempered steels. Oh, you can see the burr. See it there? Just coming off now. Feels very sharp. Now another thing is that, see that gap there? That's a bit massive. So I'm not sure if that needs tightening. No, I think that needs a bit of bending. So I'm going to give it a bit of a bend over on the wood vise. So I need to bend this one in that way. So, which way? It needs to come in a bit. And this one the same. Oh, have a look at this. Listen. Let me zoom out a bit. You hear that? Look at that gap now. Nothing. I'll put it next to my microphone. Beautiful. That's what you want. Now that theoretically should slice paper. Let's give it a test. How are we going to do this? I know. Get a bit of tape. Put that on there. I want you to see it. That's got to be good enough, doesn't it? Beautiful. All right, that's it. We're done. Good session. Thank you for hanging around. Don't forget, if you've watched all this way, make a comment. Call yourself a dead set legend. And hopefully see you in the next installment of the world's most boring YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Chili, for all the barking and the entertainment. And I'll see you in the next movie.